everybody, welcome to your 2015 September stars. This year has gone really fast. It's going really fast. I don't know where half the months have gone. September is going to be an awful lot of changes for us again, a lot of things happening, a lot of profound changes going on around us. I thought this month, because it's quite a big month, I would use my old tarot deck. I don't know if I've got the book for it. My Ciro Margetti, Gateway to the Divine Tarot. So that is the one that I'm using this month, and usually when I use that deck, it's a little bit more focused, it's a little bit more in depth, a lot more thought-provoking than the usual readings that I do, where this will happen in work, this will happen in relationships. It's more focused in. So do remember to look out for your moon sign and your rising sign as well, to give you some extra clarity if it doesn't resonate with you, because they are more focused in. They're not quite as scattered as my other readings, which I'll stick to doing them like that during the week this month. I just thought, with it being September and with it being we've got 2 eclipses this month, so I just thought I'd do a little bit of a deeper reading for you this month. So to have a look at what is going on this month, I'm not going to go into the full astrology because I'm not very good at astrology. I go more off the energies of the full moons and the new moons, so that's what I sort of go through when I go through things. So September the 6th, we have got Venus is finally going direct. This is going to be felt up until October the 8th. Thank goodness, that's really good that it's going forward. But the first 10 days of September are a really important turning point for a lot of us, that reveals the new order or the new way of how we're going to do things. Any changes of heart that came around during the Venus retrograde and have sort of stuck with you, and you've made your decision on those, and any new priorities that you've planned or you thought of, those can now be implemented and put solidly into place. Any bad relationships are now going to be left behind, and we can start to do repair work on that begins on relationships and the projects that have passed the test of the retrograde. On September the 13th 2015, we've got a solar eclipse. It's a new moon in Virgo, and it's really important really important with the new moon in Virgo, and with it being a partial solar eclipse. Remember that eclipses are all about creating changes in your life that you want to last. So focus on issues, focus on wishes that are going to stand the test of time when this solar eclipse comes round. Make your wishes, make your questions, and ask your guides and angels, and ask your higher consciousness, and ask things like, if you're looking for a relationship, what do I need to do to be in order? What do I need to do in order to be in a relationship that serves me and respects me and makes me feel part of a team, that makes me feel good? And when you create wishes and questions like that are designed for the big picture, not temporary, the universe is going to respond to that. And the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo is all about eclipsing the bad out of your life and creating the good that you want to last, that has that lasting duration to stay around as well. Some of the changes that come your way will be fated and destined, and you won't have a chance to not let them happen. There isn't a thing you can do about it for those that are fated. What you can do between now and then is prepare yourself to be okay with any surprises and any changes that come about that you haven't got control about. during the solar eclipse. When the new moon is in Virgo for this eclipse, organisation, responsibility and attention to detail is going to be really important themes of where this is. This is where you're going to see the changes in both your love and your work life. And once you have asked for your wishes, go with the flow as much as you can and let the changes just come in on their own, in their own way, without trying to predict the exact way in which things will happen. Just let it flow, let it come in. We don't know how things are going to happen, you just know that they are going to happen, but we don't know in what way they're going to happen. And then moving on to September the 17th. September the 17th through to October the 9th, we've got Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde is in Libra, so that's in my sign. So Mercury retrograde is the planet that rules communications, travel, short journeys, messages, communication, emails, phone calls, computers, and in any general retrograde period we can always expect delays on all of these matters, and travel or road related hiccups as well. If there is any time of year that you are going to experience any of these delays, it's going to be during the Mercury retrograde. So back up all your technology, back up your disks on your computer, double and triple check travel arrangements, and hand deliver any important documents. Don't let them get lost in the post. Pay extra attention to all that sort of thing. Because this one is happening in Libra, expect messages involving partnerships to have special importance to you. And if you've been waiting for a lover, a past love to come back to you, again, Mercury retrograde, because it's in Libra, which is the zodiac sign of partnerships and balance, it's the time of year when this is most likely to happen, so watch out for that. Now, September the 27th, we've got a full lunar eclipse in Aries, and this supermoon poses a lot of good things. With a full moon in Aries, all the Aries traits are going to come out, so passion, drive, leadership, confidence, and instincts are all going to be highlighted for all of the sun signs to make use of. And we know that with the eclipse moons, when they've got that energy, it's about 10 times more potent than a regular normal full moon is. And so with you've got the Aries energy in there, it's really going to burn fires, and it's going to do that for all the signs in the zodiac. So if you've got any burning drive, any burning desires in your life right now, follow every single instinct, opportunity that comes your way, and if you can do that, you will certainly see some really magical results. And things to avoid during this period that are bad tempers. Walk away from any arguments that come your way during this period, and certainly keep your temper at bay when it comes around, because there'll be a few frayed nerves at this time as well, and a good chance you might want to argue with somebody. So keep that at bay, be careful of that, and just watch out for that. So we've got a lot of interesting things happening this month. Obviously there's a lot of other astrological things as well, but I don't know an awful lot about those, but there's plenty of other readers on there that you can go through and find out every single date of what's going on. I just wanted to highlight the ones that I know of that interest me, and are most prevalent to the energies that I feel and when I do the cards and everything. So there we go. So have a brilliant September. There's going to be an awful lot of things going on, good and bad, for all of us. I say the bad things may be karmic, we might not be able to do much about them, just go with the flow, ride through them, and make sure the good things are the things that we want, that we really want. Make September special, Okay, so on with your stars. Namaste, blessings and light. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your Google Pluses, everything. And if you'd like a private reading from me, just click up in the corner, get yourself booked in for a reading. I'd love to do one for you. And have a great one. Okay, bye. Hi Cancer, this is your September 2015 reading, so we'll dive straight in. You've got a card crossing your Hierophant card, but I've just taken it away for a minute so you can see the cards in the middle. So I feel that some of you are maybe questioning your career options when this card appears. It could be that you're working for a very small company at the moment, and it would actually best suit you at the moment if you worked for a large company with lots of people to get lots of support. I feel that some of you are bored in your present work situation and you're thinking of actually moving. For some of you as well, there's going to be a lot of study. You're thinking of going back to studying more, maybe going to college, university. It's probably the best card to come out at this time with everybody starting back at school. So a lot of you, and even if you're not at school or uni or anything, I think there is a thirst for knowledge of some sort at the moment, and it's something that's you're thinking about. There's a lot of spiritual stuff as well. Maybe you're thinking of, you're getting a renewed interest in it. You're thinking of doing your own research into sort of metaphysical, spiritual things, and that would serve you really well at the moment if you did that. And I think there is also a lot of you going internally and trying to make sense of some of the changes that are going on in your life at the moment. There's a lot of stuff going on. You've got an awful lot of swords cards, so there's a lot of thinking going on, a lot of internalization, a lot of trying to work things out at this time. But you'll come to a lot of understanding. There is a lot of understanding to come to, that's seeing things. You need to understand that you need to clear your mind of thoughts from the past. Those aren't serving you at this time. September is very important for moving away from things that don't serve you and getting rid of things in your life that are not good for you, that you know are not good for you. So I think you're going to have that knowing at the beginning of the month as well. Now, it's crossed with the Nine of Swords, which is your challenge position. So your challenge is not to panic, not to worry, not to get caught up in other people's problems, not to have that sort of depressed feeling, that sad feeling. You need to try as much as you can to stay away from the Nine of Swords, even if there's sad circumstances going on around you or unfortunate events that have happened recently. You need to try and steer yourself away from that if you can. There is going to be a lot of awakening for you, for some of you this month. Remember, it's a general reading, but there is some serious stuff going on for Cancers this month. With so many swords cards, there is going to be some tests and trials that you are going to go through throughout the month. I'll come to them. It's more the second half of the month, I think, rather than the first half of the month, but I'll come to that in a minute. Be very careful of doing any home DIY. Make sure that your car is in tip-top condition, that the tyres are ready for winter or wet weather coming, things like that. There's an awareness of there may be accidents around you, around the home, maybe even around family and friends. But whatever is going on, just try and rise above it. Try and see the whole picture of what's going on. and stay away from any dark thoughts that you might creep into your head at the beginning of the months. It may be that it is very introspective, but I want you to stay away from this card at all costs if you can. But if you find, unfortunately it might be a lesson that you need to go through at the moment, and you might not be able to avoid it, but try not to have any sort of preoccupation with past experiences, particularly anything that was painful or really hurtful from the past for you. We've got the devil just in the background, just gone into the past. So again, there could have been lately an overindulgence in things that are not good for you, whatever that could be. It could be smoking, drinking, drugs. It could also be addictions to overeating, undereating, not looking after yourself, and you are the main person that you need to look after. Nobody else can look after you, it's you. You need to take care of your mind, you need to take care of your body at this time, and look after yourself. Just look after yourself as much as you can, and don't be so worried about material aspects in your life, about money and that. Try and give that over to your guides and angels, any difficulties that you've got that you're going through with money, for some of you, because that's been a big concern for you. And it's quite a contradictory thing. I'll come to your conscious and your subconscious in a minute and sort of explain why that is. But immediately into your future, we've got the Six of Swords, so that's a lot better. It's about making adjustments to things that are going on in your life, going with some of the changes that you may need to be going with at the moment. I'm losing my voice. Into the future, into the near future, you can proceed with confidence at the time. There is going to be, you're having to endure, I think, some great disruption, some upheavals in some of your lives, but then it's saying that for some of you, you are going to overcome that and move forward, and you're going to move towards harmony. Some of you are actually physically moving house or change of residence or business. You're actually moving to somewhere else, and for some of you there is travel involved, maybe particularly with work, but there is difficult situations that you're needing to deal with, and I need you to try and look at it from the whole perspective, from all sides, from all angles. But you've got a period, maybe after the first week of September, where you're balanced. You've got your balance more in order to move forward. It's only temporary as far as I can see, but for a little while you can move forward. You have got a little bit of balance. You may feel like you need a break at this point. Some of you will be able to take a break, some of you won't be able to take a break. If you can't take a break, if you can't get some rest, then I'd like you to try and just get rest where you can, and for goodness sake, try and stop your mind churning as much as I think it may be. But there's a lot of these things that you need to learn that are coming in. You might not understand what's going on, you might not understand why things are happening, but this is something I think that you may have to go through. Now during this period when you're sort of moving forward and you've got that balance for a little while, things are good at that point. You've got the Nine of Coins in your conscious position, so you know there's a lot of self-reliance on yourself. Maybe people around you are not as helpful as usual, but you're realizing that that's okay because you can rely on yourself and do your own things. You're getting quite independent and learning to be independent. There will be some rewards coming through for some of you, rewards that you have worked hard for, that are coming through. Particularly if you, whatever those goals and aspirations are that the rewards are coming through for, if you worked really, really hard on them, if it was a really difficult time for you, it was worth your while, and the rewards are coming through for that. So that's really, really good in that sense. You may feel a little bit isolated at the moment, and again, you need to look after yourself. Some of you, though, I feel are quite happy being isolated or being on your own at the moment. It's making you feel better in a way, because you're sort of left to your own devices with your own thoughts. You're learning to be more independent, you're learning to rely on yourself, and you're learning how to be your own best friend at times. So for some of you, that's quite a good thing. For others of you, you're not going to like the solitude. You're going to wonder why people are moving away from you, or things are changing in such a way that they are changing for you, because it's not altogether in the best way. It's not quite what you thought, but there's been sort of steady progress and hard work going on, which is helping you to move towards things. But there is a lot of transition going on, but there is steady progress being made, and that will become apparent in due course. If there's anybody in a stagnant situation, that will move as well. This is all about the Knight of Pentacles in your subconscious, so things that you don't really know about, things that may have not come to light as yet. You're going to be with all the Swords cards, whatever you're going through, you're going to be very practical, very logical about how you deal with things and what you need to do in order to set the record straight, or put things in order as much as you can. You're steering yourself through quite a difficult time, I think, this month. There is going to be things that cross your path that you didn't see coming, that are going to appear, and you're going to think, well, I didn't know where that was coming from, I don't know how that's happened, but I'm going to be logical and deal with it in this way. You do need to see the bigger picture of what's going on. If you can avoid that Knight of Swords, you will be able to rise above whatever challenges come in at the beginning of the month, and rise above them and get through them, and just see the bigger picture of everything. You're taking things very, very seriously at the moment. You've got a real determination to steer your way through situations that are going on, knowing that there are certain things in your life that you need to get rid of, that you need to clear, and you're very determined about that. In doing that, you've got a real sense of purpose at the moment. But it is a very, very logical time for you. Now, moving into the second half of the month, it's quite a difficult reading this, I'm sorry. Don't shoot the messenger, this is what's coming through from your guides and angels, so this is the energies that are around you. And again, not for all of you. If you want a personal reading, just click up on the link in the corner. Second half of the month, you're going to have that feeling of being trapped, of being stuck in something that you can't get out of, or don't know how to get out of. Again, you need to think as clearly as you possibly can, because whatever the situation is, it's almost a situation of your own making, and it's actually an illusion that you're trapped. You're not trapped at all. You can move out of the situation. You just need to find the way to move out of the situation. Her bonds are very, very loose on this card. If I just show you, if you can see there, the bonds that are around her are quite loose. She can actually shake loose of those if she wanted to. If she realised how loose they were, she could realise that she's not really tied into anything. She's not really trapped in any situation at all. We've all got a choice about moving out of things, not being trapped, not having feelings of restriction, and not holding yourself back. You've got the choice to move forward with that. I feel that for some of you, you may feel a little bit betrayed in some way during the second half of the month, because that is teamed again with the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is about feeling stabbed in the back, feeling that there has been some sort of suffering or loss due to maybe somebody else has caused this this situation, which is going to be quite painful for some of you. Whatever this is, think as clearly as you can. It will change and it will move forward, but it's like I think the second half of the month, whatever, if some sort of situation came up in the first half of the month, it's going to reach a climax in the second half. It's going to be crisis point, it's going to be critical point for you that you need to work through and sort out. It's really important for you to stay as strong as you can. Now, the Ten of Swords is a very strong card. You can see the muscles on him, and he knows he's been betrayed. He knows he's been stabbed in the back, and he's pulling those swords out of his back. He's trying to pull them out because he's thinking, I am not putting up this. I'm going to break free of whatever this situation is, whatever this person has done to me. I am going to break free of that and get away from it. So whatever pain or sadness or sorrow may be felt at that time, you've come to that climax point with that, and it's beginning to change. This is the beginning of change and moving forward, and you need the strength to get rid of those swords that are in your back. There could be some legal situations around you that need to be dealt with around this time. Maybe this is part of the critical point. Maybe it's divorce. Maybe it's foreclosure of a business. Maybe it's something that you feel that was done to you, that you feel betrayed by. It's a severance of ties, maybe, with somebody. Now, we did say at the beginning of the reading that I think a lot of you know this is coming. I think you're aware that this is coming. You've seen the signs that this is coming, and it may be you breaking the ties, no matter how painful it may be. You know that it's got to be done, and you're going to do it. You can see very clearly with all the swords cards, you're seeing what exactly is going on. You're seeing that this situation, this person is absolutely done, no good. You have to make changes, and that, so no matter how stuck you feel, know that it's your choice to remove yourself from that situation or that job or that person, and you can break away from it. You've got the power to break away from it and make the changes, and I think that's what you're doing in the second half of the month. You're breaking away from something that or a person that you think betrayed you, or you feel betrayed by. Maybe they made promises that they never kept, said things that they never did, played you along, and now you're seeing the truth of that. It's all being revealed to you, and you know that you've got to break away. You have to break away from it, and no matter how difficult it is for you to do that, you will do that. You've got a real battle in the second half of the month, and you will do it, and you will move through it. Somebody, I feel like a situation or a person has controlled you or wanted control over you, and maybe you didn't realise that and you didn't see that to begin with, but slowly you've begun to see it, and you can see how much control has been been put over you, which is making you feel trapped. But once you can see that, and once you can see the truth of things, it's at that point when you say, I'm not doing this anymore. This situation, this person, it's all got to finish. I've got to move forward from this. And you're going to start to unravel yourself. You're going to start to pull those swords out of your back. You're going to start to break free of the illusion of the bonds that are around you, which are just an illusion, that have kept you feeling trapped. You're going to start breaking free of all of that. For some of you, this could be a great awakening. It's almost Night of the Dark Soul stuff for you during the second half. But you will get through it and you will break free of it. You have got so much strength inside you to get away from this, and I feel like this is a really major turning point in your life, which is going to let the light in, and the light is already starting. It's like you can see little bits of light coming in. This is what's illuminating you to the situation, to what is really going on, the truth of it. And this is why you're going to break free. You've had enough of going through pain. You've had enough of going through crap that you've been through in the past. And now this is resolution point. This is you, as I say, breaking free of it and moving forward, and knowing that whatever feelings you go through at that time, it will improve, because you will come out on the other side. I feel that some of you, again, long trips or journeys may come in, not short trips. We're talking about long trips, so I don't know. Some of you might even be thinking of like moving to the other side of the country, or emigrating, or something along those lines. It's not a holiday. It's going a long way away from where you are now. Only for a few of you. But whatever this negative situation is, you will move through it. You will get through it. But during that time, during this month, for some of you, you're not going to be in balance. We've got the Two of Coins, and it is all about trying to keep your balance, trying to ride that unicycle without falling over. For a lot of you, you will actually sort of rise to the challenge, and once you see the truth of things, and once the blindfold is off, and once you start to break free of those bonds, it'll actually get quite exciting for you, because it'll be like, now I know what I need to do, now I know how to move forward. And you're going to, no matter how hard it is, you're going to do that, and yet you're going to be trying to balance things, keep things stable, keep things as much as you can, but again, thinking very clearly at the same time. Any problems that are coming up, once you've started taking those swords out your back, you're going to be able to deal much better with any setbacks that are going to take place. They're going to be overcome. Eventually they'll be forgotten. You'll be able to move on from it, and there's optimism there as well. So this is not something that you are going to deal with right up until the last moment of the month. In the second half, this is something that is going to be dealt with immediately, that you can see arriving in the first half, and then into the second half it's like, right, no, this is getting cut off, this is being done, this is being dealt with, and keeping your balance and everything. But it's saying that you will get success, you will come through it, and you need to be flexible and adaptable, and just go with it. You will be very much in control of this situation once you pull those swords out. Financially, you're not going to do, if this is some sort of business situation or job or financial situation, you are actually going to have a small win from that. There is going to be justice. There is going to be some sort of financial reward coming to you. and your financial burdens will be eased. So maybe you're having financial problems and you're having to work through them really, really hard. You know, maybe it's come to that crunch point and you're working through them really hard, and it will get better for you. You will be juggling things, but it will get better for you. Any financial burdens should be eased towards the end of the month. Whatever you lose in one way, you'll gain in another. It's like a blessing in disguise. There's a lot of options for you to choose from, a lot of options for you to go. And you're not at this point going to allow anybody else's opinion, anybody else's reaction to what you're doing as well. That is not going to stop you from taking whatever this course of action is that you're taking. Nothing's going to stop you, because you know ultimately that it's going to get you to where you need to be. And if it means going through and seeing the real truth and clarity of something, if it means that, and you're having to work through that to get to the other side, then you are totally strong and determined to be able to do that, and you will get through that and do something. Whatever you've lost will come back to you in a sense of any sorrow or pain or sense of betrayal. You will get over that. You will get your feelings back on track again. You will get balanced again at some point once you've got through that, and I think that will be before the end of the month. You will have settled down your energies and everything. There is so much going on for you, but you will be able to make the right choices and the right decisions to move through all of this. Meet everything as much as you can with the confidence of knowing you're in control of this. You can do this. Take control of it. Don't let circumstances or people take control of you. Become clear that if somebody is trying to be in control of a situation, or you as a person around you, you're not trapped. You can break free of that, and you can turn the tables around, and you can take control of that situation. You can deal with it. You can pull those swords out of your back in order to move forward, and it may create an unbalance for a little while, but you will get that balance back and you will feel better about it. Now, because it's such a battle the second half of the month, for the ones of you who understand what I'm talking about, the ones that are going through this or about to go through this, and you can sort of see this coming, right at the end of the month, we've got the Four of Swords. So it's your retreat, it's your you need to rest by the end of the month. You've got through what you needed to get through. You have got to the goals and aspirations that you needed to in order to get over all of that situation or that person, that leaving that job, that leaving that person, that changing, that dealing with that betrayal. There's a period of rest at the end of the month. There's a period of recovery, because you're going to want to feel like you need a time to recover at the end of the month. You want to retreat from everything that's gone on during the month. You want to retreat from all the stress, all the strain that has been happening, to re-find your inner balance that you lost a little bit with the Two of Coins and what was going on. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a new beginning coming for you. A new beginning when whatever was overshadowing you is slowly moving away, and you need to rest before you go on to start building firm foundations for the next thing. So it's all about, and it's solitude as well. And it may be that because we had solitude at the beginning, for some of you, it may be a battle that you are very much fighting on your own all the way through, but know that you've got the strength to do that. So this is respite at the end of the month, a time to reflect, gather yourself, look back on what has just happened, and be at peace with yourself, knowing that you made it through, you had the strength to get through, and you've done it. And you're gathering your strength again and getting your energy back that was used during that battle that you went through. So, right, I need a cuppa now. Big reading, doesn't apply to all of you. Look out for your rising sign, your moon sign. Say click on the link if you want to book me in for a private reading. I'd love to do one for you, if this, especially if this is applying to you. We can get some more clarity on it for you and get some answers to exactly what's going on. But you will get through. You are not trapped in anything, and you're going to see that in the second half of the month. You're going to see that you're not trapped, and whatever the control issues are, you're going to break free of those control issues, and that's going to lead to an awful lot. It's a big, brighter picture, I would imagine, for October. I'm not obviously not done October yet, but it would be such a huge difference if this is one of you that is dealing with this now. It's going to be a fantastic change for next month. So namaste, blessings and light, take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you soon.